गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ वृषभं चर्षणीनां विश्वरूपमदाभ्यं बृहस्पतिं वरेण्यम्। ॐ तद्विष्णोः परमं फलं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरयः दिविव चक्षुराततम्। ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं ज्योतिर्ब्राह्माय नमः। Can everybody say Hare Rama Krishna 3 times? Om Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Okay, we are in chapter 24 of Sri PVR Narasimha Rao, and we have to start the fourth house, fourth law. Okay. So we finished the third lord being in all the houses. Now we are going to do the fourth lord being in various houses. Sukhe she lagna ge jato vidya guna vibhushitah bhumi vahana samyukto matu sukha samanvitah. Sukhe she dhanage jato. What happened to first house? It's actually not dhanage, it's actually lagnage. It is printed as dhanage. I just in my mind when I saw dha and na, I corrected it as dhanage and read. Actually, lagnage has been misprinted as dhagnage. Sukhe she lagnage jato vidya guna vibhushitah bhumi vahana samyukto matu sukha samanvitah. So if the fourth lord is in lagna, such a person is vidya guna vibhushitah. He is endowed with various good qualities and learning. Bhumi Vahana Samyukto. Bhumi means land, real estate. Vahana, vehicles. Samyuktaha means one who possesses. So he has a lot of vehicles, lot of property. Matu Sukha Samanvitaha. Matuhu, mother's Sukha, happiness, Samanvitaha. He is happy with respect to mother. He has a lot of maternal happiness. So happy with respect to mother, land, vehicles, learning, good qualities. So it's all basically very nice results. Why? Well, yeah, fourth house stands for all these things. So it's basically setting the stage, giving all the interpretations of the fourth house. So fourth house stands for all those things. And if the fourth lord is in Lagna, is it good for fourth house? Does he fortify the fourth house? Yeah. He is in a quadrant from his own house. And also he is in the Lagna. So all the results, all good results relating to fourth house are quite possible. It makes sense. But again, you can never be sure. What if he is afflicted? What if he is with bad planets? What if fourth house contains bad planets? So what if he is in debility? What if he is in Mrityubhaga? What if there are so many weaknesses that are possible? But without considering other factors, just based on this fact, we can say this is a good placement. That is all we can say. The next verse is whether it's a Gurukrpa or a Soumyagraha. Yeah, depending on whether it's a Gurukrpa or Soumyagraha, there is a modification of the result. But let's say Saturn moves the fourth house and he is in Lagna. And suppose he is very strong in Lagna. Suppose he is exalted. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Saturn can own the fourth house and be exalted in Lagna. Then even if he is a Gurukrpa, he will give good results. The only thing is because he is a malefic planet, the way these results are given, there may be something unpleasant about it. There is some aspect of Saturn that will come into play. If we take a particular example, we can basically judge. But the bottom line is, the nature of the planet will have a role in the final result that is given. Okay, right. So Saturn is a bad example. Let's say Mars. Capricorn Lagna with Mars in it. So fourth Lord Mars is in Lagna, exalted. Okay, so he is strong. He is the fourth Lord. Even though he is a Krura Graha, he is exalted. He is affecting his own fourth house. So will such a person have a lot of real estate? Very likely he will have a lot of real estate. But there may be a lot of controversies. There may be some enmities on account of, because Mars is also the Karaka of enemies, etc., aggression. So there may be some violent enemies on account of his properties. So there are other unpleasant results as a result of the planet's nature. But being strong and being the fourth lord in Lagna, he will still give good properties. Maybe he won't give mother's happiness. Maybe he will take away something else, depending on what's going on in the other divisional charts. But maybe he will give, as far as real estate is concerned, maybe he will give. So there are so many other things. What is the nature of the planet? What is the planet's Karakatva? What are the other planets doing in the chart? So based on all those things we have to judge, like we have been doing. So these are just guidelines. The next verse is Sukhe se dhanage jato bhogi sarvadhananvitah kutumbasahito mani sahasi kuhakanvitah. Okay. Sukhe se dhanage jato. If the fourth lord is in the second house, bhogi sarvadhananvitah. Bhogi means one who has lot of luxuries and lot of pleasures. Person who has lot of pleasures and who enjoys them. Sarvadhananvitah. Endowed with all kinds of money, all kinds of wealth. Kutumba sahito mani. Kutumba sahita means one who has a good family life. Mani. Mani means a noble person, a noble, honorable kind of person. One who has good respect, a respectable person. Sahasi means bold, adventurous. Kuhakanvitaha. Kuhakanvitaha. So he is a little tricky person. He can cheat people. He is a little difficult basically. He can be little cunning. The word sometimes uses cunning. That's perfect. He is a little cunning kind of person. He is like a fox basically. Okay, now how do we get each of these results? Sukhe se dhanage jat. Sorry. The fourth lord is in the second house. First, bhogi. Why does he have a lot of pleasures? Well, fourth lord, fourth house is comforts, enjoyments, etc. The lord is in the 11th house from it. So, house of fulfillment. So, all his sukhas, etc. are fulfilled by that planet. So, he will have all kinds of enjoyment. Now, sarvadhananvitaha. He has all kinds of wealth. Why is it good for wealth? Well, like quadrant lord is in the second house, right? And from the second house, taking the second house of wealth as Lagna, is the third lord. Third is a upjaya. It's a house of accumulation. So, it is important for accumulating wealth. So, he is in the second house. So, he can accumulate different kinds of wealth. Kutumba sahito. He has good family life. Why? The fourth lord of comfort and sukha, well-being, he is in the second house of family. So, family will be one. See, his agenda is to give happiness to this person because he is the fourth lord. Being in the second house, he can give happiness through things signified by the second house, like happiness through money, happiness through family, happiness through speech, etc. So, definitely having a good family life is having a happy family life, and deriving happiness from the family life is a distinct possibility. Mani, he is respected. Why is he respected? Where do you see respect from? 10th house. From the 10th house, what is happening? Taking the 10th house as Lagna, what is happening? 7th lord is in the 5th house. Is it a good placement? Is he conducive to the 10th house? Yeah. He is a quadrant lord in a trine. He is connecting 7th house of interactions with the 5th house of fame, abilities, recognition. So, as far as 10th house is concerned, he is in the house of recognition from the house of respect. So, basically he is respected. He is fortifying the 10th house. So he is a respected person. Why is he bold? Sahasi, adventurous. Why is he adventurous? Right, third house shows boldness. He is in 12th from it. So why? Why doesn't he care about death? Is there a reason to say that? So if you take the third house as Lagna, see the bravery of the person. What house does he own? Second house. What is second house? It's what feeds, it's the food, it's the resource, right? So as far as the bold actions of the person are concerned, it is shown by the third house. He shows the resources needed for that boldness. He shows what feeds that bravery, what feeds that initiative. And he is in the 12th house from third house, but he is in the 11th house from that house. So basically bottom line is 4th house is strong. From 4th house, Lord of that house is in the 11th from it. So it gets fulfilled. Whatever that house stands for is blessed, right? So that when you see from Lagna is money, not money, it is the comforts of the person, etc. which are fortified. But when you see from the third house, this is the second house from third house which is fortified. So the resources needed for the bravery, the wealth, the food of the bravery is fully fortified. So the person has a good chance of being brave. Okay. Similarly, suppose I were to say with respect to the 7th house, which house is becoming strong now? From the 7th house, this 4th house is 10th house. So you can say wife's career basically is strong. Even though he is in the 8th house from the 7th house, he is basically the 10th lord in the 11th from it. Lord of any house in the 11th from it will give gains relating to that area. So you can see 4th house, what is it from 5th house, what is it from 6th house, what is it from 7th house, what is it from 10th house. You can see all those things and you can basically give readings for all those. So this is one example. Now Kuhakan Mitha, pardon me? Why towards the bravery? Whatever he has may be used as a resource for the bravery. Right. Now, why Kuhakanvitaha? Why is he a little bit cunning? Why is he a bit cunning? Why from 6th house? So he is welcoming the rivals. What exactly is cunning? Deceive others. Yeah. Why do you deceive others? Why do you? Yeah. So that. Right. He doesn't specifically say what he is with respect to. So we can figure out what it is. But the bottom line is he says he is a bit cunning. He is not straightforward. He is not straightforward. That's basically what he is saying. You decide. Is it with respect to 7th house or with respect to some other house? Okay. Okay. If you see with respect to 8th house, what happens? What if you see with respect to 6th house? What you said originally. The 6th house is not really the house of cunning, but the thing is, getting one for overcoming your rivals, overcoming your obstacles, and achieving what you want to achieve. 6th house is a very important house, right? So if you see from the 6th house, what is happening? He is the 11th lord in the 9th house. The 11th lord in the 9th house. So any obstacles that he has to overcome, any problems that come in his way, does he basically solve them very easily? 6th house is the house of overcoming obstacles, fighting back. So when it comes to fight back, from the 6th house, this planet is the 11th lord in the 9th house. Lord of the 11th being in the 9th, is it a good placement or bad placement? It is an excellent placement, right? The 11th house of fulfillment is in the 9th house of Purva Punya. So the person basically, as far as overcoming obstacles is concerned, he is very creative. He basically overcomes his obstacles at any cost. It doesn't necessarily show cunning, but that is one way to look at it. So basically, he is so pragmatic. When it comes to overcoming obstacles, any problems that come in his way, he can move mountains, but solve the problem. Right? Okay, excellent, excellent. See, from 9th house is the house of dharma, right? Okay. Yeah, if necessary, cunning is basically not being fully dharmic. So if you see from 9th house, what is going on? Very good. He is in the 6th house. 8th lord in the 6th house. So what 8th house from the 9th house? It can be fall of dharma, right? So he is in the 6th house from dharma. Again, the enemy of dharma. So the thing is, he can actually break dharma a little bit. He can engage in adharmic behavior to get what he wants to get. So that is perfect. Very good. Why? The cunning is not necessarily a relationship. Cunning is basically not depicting the reality, not being straightforward. Cunning is not necessarily with respect to relationships only. You can be cunning with respect to anything.
By his inherent nature he is cunning.
Yeah. Basically, cunning is this. The way I look at it, one who is cunning is basically thinking ahead, and then he says, if I do this, this is what happens. But I want that, so I should do that. He is not doing, this is the right thing to do, so I will do it. No, he is not thinking like that. I want that, so what should I do? So for that he may bend a few rules. So he is basically more focused on what he wants to get. So as a result of it, he is not being truthful sometimes. He is not being straightforward sometimes. Right? So it's not necessarily, cunning is not necessarily with respect to relationship. There are people who engage in deception in all matters, any matter under the sun. Okay. The next word. Sukhe se sahaje jato vikrami bhrutya samyutah udaro rupguni data sahujadjita vittavan. Okay. Sukhe se sahaje jato. If the 4th lord is in the 3rd house, a person born like that, vikrami bhrutya samyutah. Vikrami means he is brave. Bhrutya samyutah. He has lot of bhrutyas, lot of servants. Udaro rug. Udaraha means generous. Yes, generous. He is very generous. Udaro rug. Aruk means he is basically not having diseases. Ruk means, the word Raga comes from Ruk. There are another Ruk. Ru as in Rishi basically. Some people pronounce it as Rishi, so they say Rik. whether you say Ruk or Rik, basically that is the vowel. So if you have that vowel Ru and K, that means one of the verses of Veda, the Ruk or Richa of the Veda. But this Ru is Ra and then Ukara, not the vowel. It is consonant Ra followed by the vowel U. So Ruk. So Ruk is the root word for Roga. Aruk means one who doesn't have Roga, one who has no disease. So Udaraha means generous, liberal. Aruk means undefeated, not ill, not having diseases. So basically good, healthy person. That's the bottom line. Guni means having very good qualities, very virtuous person. Data means charitable person. So Hujajjita Vittavan, one who has earned money through his own shoulders, which means basically worked hard and came up in life by himself. Okay, let us parse each of them. Sahaje, Sukheje, Sahaje Jataha. So is the fourth lord is in the third. Why is he brave? Why is he victory? Pardon? Yeah, from third house, the second lord is in Lagna. So third house is fortified. So he is brave. Bhritya Samyutaha. He has lot of servants. Why does he have lot of servants? How do you see servants? Sixth house. Sixth house is followers. Servants are not really followers. They are basically those who just serve you. So servants are from the sixth house. So from the sixth house, this planet is 11th lord in 10th house. Is he strong? Basically 11th lord from 6th house, he shows chain of servants, fulfillment of servants, and he is in a quadrant from the 6th house. So he has gainfully employed people, gainfully employed servants. Now Udaraha, why is he generous? Udaraha. And later he says charitable. So why is he charitable and generous? How do you see giving? 12th house is the house of giving to other people or losing. No. Yeah, if you take the fourth, excellent. If you take fourth as Lagna, very good. Then Lagna Lord is in the 12th house, is in the house of giving. Right? So that is one way. The other way is if you take the 12th from Lagna itself, which is your giving. He is the 5th lord in 4th house. Again, 5th lord in the 4th house is very good. So as far as giving is concerned, he is a natural giver. So giving is fortified. Now Aruk, disease free. Why is he disease free? Why is he disease free? How do you see diseases? 6th and 8th both. 6th are temporary things, 8th is long term diseases. So if you take the 8th house as Lagna, this planet is in the 8th from 8. He is in the 8th from 8. Third house is 8th from 8. Right? So it can show the end of disease basically. So being in the 8th from 8th house, he is unlikely to give lot of diseases. Then Swabhujarjita Vittavan. Why is he Swabhujarjita Vittavan? Why is he somebody who earned money through his own effort? Well, not necessarily, but in general, third, sixth, these houses of Upteya houses, they show accumulating. And also third house is the house of initiative and drive and the burning passion within to do something. So because this planet is in the third house, it is likely that he got all those properties, all the good things shown by the fourth house like vehicles, lands, etc. He had to basically show initiative to get them. The planet is in the third house. But then It could be somebody who got lot of money from his father but does not take rest and grows it. There may be a son of some really rich industrialist who doesn't just sit back and enjoy his father's property, but who basically thinks of, okay, this $1 million, I can invest in that business. These $50 million, if I invest in that business, they will grow. So like that, he can be somebody with a lot of initiative and who is working hard all the time. That is also possible. So the thing is, somebody who came up by himself through his initiative is also a possibility. Parasara gave one possibility. But it is somebody, bottom line is, it is somebody who is not just relaxed. He doesn't make money and then sit back and enjoy it. It's somebody who is always, because the planet is in the 12th from 4th. So the Sukha basically, he will have a lot of properties, but they will be always in rotation. Because 3rd is the house of loss or investment. 12th house from 4th house. There is a lot of land, but it may always be rotated, it may always be invested basically. And also, he has a lot of initiative, lot of drive. So he is always coming up with some plan or the other. So basically, because of all that, you can say it is somebody who earned it by himself, but that is not necessarily true. The next verse is Sukhe che sukha bhavasthe mantri sarvadhananvitah. Should be good? Okay, we'll see. Sukhe che sukha bhavasthe mantri sarvadhananvitah chaturah silavan mani gnanavan Sri PVR Sukhi. Okay. Sukhe che sukha bhavasthe, the 4th Lord is in the 4th house. Mantri is a minister. Sarvadhananvitah, endowed with all kinds of money. Chaturaha means clever, skillful. Silavan, good character. Mani, respected. Gnanavan, learned. Sri PVR, he enjoys pleasures. And also he enjoys the company of his wife and other people. Sukhi, happy. So all good results, like you predicted beforehand. It's basically a good combination. 4th Lord is in the 4th house. The 4th house is very, very fortified. So good position. 4th Lord in the 4th house will be aspecting the 10th house. Somebody very strong aspecting the 10th house can give good position in society. So he can be a minister, but not necessarily. But somebody influential. That is what he means by the specific word mantri. Sarvadhananvitaha. He has all kinds of wealth and properties. Chaturaha, he is skillful. The general skills of the person are also seen from the 4th house. Shilavan, he has good character. The basic character of the person is also seen from the 4th house. Mani, respected. Again, 10th house is respected. Gnanavan, he has good knowledge. Whether he accumulates good scholarship or not is seen from the 5th house. But 4th house itself shows the process of learning. So the planet is strong there, so he is a good learner. He learns things very well. So he should have some knowledge. If he learns so much, he should have some knowledge. So he is a learner person. Sri PVR Sukhi. And this planet is in from the 7th house of relationship. He is the 10th Lord in the 10th house. So he has good relationships with people. He is a favorite of people. Sukhi. He is happy. 4th Lord in the 4th house. 4th house is the house of Sukha. He is Sukhi. He is happy. He is comfortable. The next verse is Sukhe se putra bhavasthe Sukhi sarvajana priyah Vishnu bhakto guni mani Svabhujajita vittavan. Everybody is making money by themselves. Sukhe se putra bhavasthe. If the 4th Lord is in the 5th house, Sukhi is sarvajana priyah. Sukhi, happy. Sarvajana priyah, liked by one and all. Vishnu Bhakto is a devotee of Vishnu. Guni, good character. Mani, respectable. Svabhujajita vittavan. Okay. Why do we say all this? So the 4th Lord is in the 5th. Why does it give Sukha? Well, 4th Lord is in a trine, and from the 4th house itself, the 4th Lord is in the house of accumulation, and he is having Argala. Any planet having Argala on one house, he is good for that house. So he is happy. Sarvajana Priya. He is liked by all people. Why? Why is he liked by all people? by all people. Well, the planet has an aspect on the 11th house of friendship, and the planet has Argala on the 7th house. A planet in the 5th house has Argala on the 7th house of relationship. And moreover, 5th house is the house of following. So a lot of people like him. So for all these reasons, he is liked by a lot of people. He has a lot of fans. Chaturaha. He is very clever and skillful. Why? Again, 4th house was the general skills, and 4th lord has Argala on 4th house. Moreover, 5th house is the house of ability. So 4th lord is in the 5th house, so he has a lot of abilities. He is a very capable person. Sheelavan, he has good character. Why does he have good character? From the 9th house, he is in the 9th house. So he fortifies the 9th house. So he has good, he is somebody who has a good sense of dharma and good character. Now Mani, respected. Why is he respected? Why is this planet respected? Why is he respected? Yeah, that doesn't show respect, does it? Then why is he respected? Is it simply because he is clever and has a lot of following? If there is no respect, how can there be a lot of following? So basically, even though we say 10th house is the house for respect and honor in the society, bottom line is 6th house is also important. 6th house is a secondary house for respect in the society because it is the house of following. So the planet being in the 5th house, the case closed because of it. So this is a different kind of respect than the other one. Not by karma, but for some reason people are attracted to you. Maybe you are a big film actor, you did all gunda roles in the movie, but still people love you because they identify with you. So this is a different kind of respect, 5th house respect, not 10th house respect. Whereas there may be another person who does a lot of good work. He does a lot of charity work, etc. So people may respect the work he does. So in that case, that may be 10th house related karma. Whereas here, this is just people are attracted to you. It is 5th house karma, 5th house related respect. Why is he a devotee of Vishnu, right? Quadrants are Vishnu sthanas and shrines are Lakshmi sthanas. And specifically, I am not 100% sure why. I have heard some explanation, but I wasn't fully convinced. The 4th lord and 5th lord, 4th and 5th, if there is a link between them. Because 5th is the house of intelligence and 4th is the house of properties, etc. If there is a link between those two, it is basically said to be a blessing of Vishnu. If, for example, if there is a 4th lord, 5th lord together Raj Yoga, that shows blessings of Vishnu. Similarly, if the 5th lord is in 4th or 4th lord is in 5th, it can show devotion to Vishnu. And another thing is, if you take the 5th house of devotion as Lagna, 5th house of devotion as Lagna, the 12th lord is in Lagna. So basically, this is a kind of devotion where you surrender basically. 12th house is the house of surrender. So this is a different kind of surrender. Suppose from the 5th house, 8th lord is in Lagna, that is a different kind of devotion. That is a devotion where you do a lot of tapasya. 8th house. Here 12th house is dominant. So this is a kind of bhakti where you surrender. And typically, of course, for any deity, devotees can completely surrender. But typically, Vaishnavas, Vishnu Bhaktas, their only mantra is surrender. Vishnu is the boss, we just surrender to him. Whereas devotees of some other god, for example, some Shiva devotees, not all, some Shiva devotees may say, Shivoham, I am Shiva. And similarly, some Shakti devotees may say, I want to do tapasya, accumulate Shakti, and I want to do this, do that, do this. So but these are not standard. There are always exceptions. For example, if you take somebody like Ramakrishna Paramahansa, he was he perfectly surrendered. He could move mountains. He could actually touch somebody and give him a alaukic experience. But still, he never looked at it as his ability. He never said, I can do. He never even said, I did. When people called him Guru, he just slapped them and said, what do you mean Guru? It's a very heavy word. Don't use it for me. I'm just a child. And my mother is basically playing games. All this is the games played by my mother through me. So basically he had. A Kali Bhakta can also have a tremendous sense of surrender. So the thing is, these are not absolute, but the bottom line is typically a Vishnu Bhakta is more likely to have, more likely to adhere to the path of bhakti and surrender. So fourth lord in the fifth house may show a Vishnu Bhakta. Pardon me? Yeah? 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 Okay, what is it? Yeah? You have to complete what you thought. Okay. It's not good for children? Is that what you are trying to say? Okay, let's see. Is it good for children or bad for children? Fifth house having fourth lord. Yeah, you may see, taking the fifth house as Lagna, this planet is fourth lord, so 12th. So spending on account of his child. So maybe this person may spend lot of money for child, or he may invest lot of energy for the child. He may have to make lot of compromises for the child. The child may be far away from the person. If the fourth lord is in the fifth house, the person may spend a lot of time away from the child. The child may go away from the person for a significant part of the life. So many possibilities are there, but it shows some kind of potentially negative, but not necessarily negative things related to child. Absolutely. Now, Sahujarjita Vittavan. Okay. Now, he also says Sahujarjita Vittavan. Again, this person also worked hard and he accumulated all these real estate, all these properties, lands, vehicles, etc. with own effort. Why? 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 Where is the Arudha of the fourth house? Sixth house. So A4, which shows all these properties, etc. that he enjoys, all this fortune that he enjoys, is shown by A4, right? All the lands, vehicles, etc. So the Arudha of that is in the sixth house. What does it show? Does he have to put lot of effort on account of this, all these properties that he has? What does it mean? He's putting lot of effort means somebody who basically worked hard and came up his way. That is a possibility. It is also possible that he got it from his father, but then there are a lot of court cases, etc. You have acres of land, but there is court case. You have so many vehicles, but again there are a lot of scandals, court cases, etc. You have to fight all those cases, all those enemies, and finally then only you can enjoy. That is also possible. But bottom line is there is some sixth house influence. That is the bottom line. There is some effort that needs to be put in order to overcome some obstacles which are bound to be there with respect to this property. That is the bottom line. Now the sixth house. Sikhe che ripu bhavasthe matu sukha vivajyatah krodhi choro bhichari cha swechhacharasya durmanah. Sukhe che ripu bhavasthe. If the fourth lord is in the sixth house, matu sukha vivajyatah. He is devoid of maternal pleasure, maternal happiness. Why? Well, fourth lord is in the sixth house. Fourth house is weekend. The lord of fourth house is in the Dusthana from it. Is in a Dusthana from it as well as it's a Dusthana from Lagna. It's in third house from fourth house, and also it's in sixth house from Lagna. Krodhi means angry. he is prone to anger. Why? Well, 6th house is the house of fighting, quarrels, overcoming obstacles, and 4th house is the house of mental peace, mental happiness. The planet whose job is to give you mental happiness is placed in the house of fighting. So you are not very happy always, not very peaceful. Pardon me? Of course, it depends on so many things. Just on account of this. If moon is very strong, if Mars is not linked with any of these combinations, maybe he won't be angry. But he has some troubles to overcome all the time relating to Sukha. One thing you can say is he is not probably very peaceful and happy. The 4th lord is in the 6th house. But is he angry or not depends on so many things. Krodhi, okay, we did that. Chorodhicharicha. Choraha means thief. Abhijari. Abhijari means black magician. Abhijara means black magic. One who does all these black magic. Swechhacharasya means one who basically does what he pleases. Very free spirited person. Durmanaha. He is evil minded. He is an evil person. Okay. Huh? Okay, why is he a thief? This 4th lord who wants to give him lot of property is in the 12th house from the 7th house. 7th house is others, is in the 12th house from them. So he wants to give lots to others. So he may be a thief. But again, don't predict. If somebody has 4th lord in the 6th, don't say, what did you rob yesterday from your friend? Then Abhijari means black magician. Why is he a black magician? Again, see, this is too specific a result. Suggesting black magic etc. without looking at Rahu etc. in the chart is very not very nice. It is stupid. But the thing is, this is a guideline. Now, how do you see things like black magic etc.? What is black magic? Any ritual, whether it is sattvic or rajasic or tamasic, unless you have some siddhi in it, can you get some results from it? I mean, there is a mantra that Vasishtha said 21 malas, he had Lakshmi Sakshatkar. Okay, there is a mantra, which is given in Purana. Now, if you say it, will you see Lakshmi? If you said not 21, but let's say 121 malas, you may still not see Lakshmi. So the thing is, it's not in the mantra. If something happens to you because you did a mantra, you have a siddhi in that mantra. Siddhi means fulfillment. It's not really a fancy word. So anything you get, whether it is Sakshatkar of Lakshmi or doing some ritual on something in front of you, manipulating some objects in front of you and resulting in something happening to somebody somewhere else. Again, that is also that and Sakshatkar of Lakshmi. Both are basically some procedure or ritual or mantra giving this intended result. And that happens because you have a siddhi in that. You have done a particular procedure enough that you got siddhi in it. So you did it with a particular goal, so you achieve that goal. That is siddhi. And siddhi is seen from which house? 6th house shows siddhi. 8th house is the house of tapasya and 6th house is the 11th house, the fulfillment of the tapasya. So whenever you do any sadhana, it is shown by the 8th house. The fulfillment of the sadhana is from the 6th house. So whether suddenly you develop a particular psychic ability, or whether you get sakshatkar of a devata, or whether you can do this kind of things. 6th house is the key for all those things. 6th house shows siddhi. Now, any planet in the 6th house, if he is evil planet and has evil things, he can show some black magic. But the thing is, just because some planet is in the 6th house or some lord is in the 6th house, you can never predict black magic. It is a very specific thing. There has to be enough evil influence, and also you have to look at 9th house etc. Because black magic is a very bad karma. doing some bad to somebody through some mantra, tantra or yantra is a very evil karma and it's extremely adharmic. So ninth house, there has to be some link with ninth house, Rahu, etc. So this is too specific if you ask me. But that's the reasoning. Sixth house is the house that shows Abjara. Not Abjara being done to you, but Abjara, you doing Abjara. Svechacharasya Durmanaha. Svechacharasya. An independent person. Why is he an independent person? Why is he independent? For me? Okay. Okay. Okay, that can show, yeah. And in general, sixth house is the house of the aggressive spirit. So that is one thing. And how do you see independence in general? Which house shows depending on somebody? Who do you depend on? Who do you listen to? Who are you supposed to listen to? Your guide, your boss, your guru, ninth house, father. When you are small, you are supposed to listen to your father. When you are a student, you are supposed to listen to your teacher. When you are old enough and you are working, you are supposed to listen to your boss. And of course, if you have a spiritual guru, you are supposed to listen to your guru. So all these figures, all the figures whom you are supposed to listen to and follow are shown by the ninth house. So ninth house is an important house to see the obedience of the person, because that is what you are supposed to be obedient to. That is why there is a combination. Lagna Lord in the ninth house, the person is independent. He doesn't listen to anybody. Why? He is his own boss. So if you see from the ninth house, what is happening here? Yeah? Eighth Lord is in the 10th house. If you take the 9th house, and 10th is the karma of the 9th, of Guru basically. The work done, the action done by the Guru. So for that there is a problem. 8th Lord is in the 10th house, he is spoiling. So the work of the 9 does not get done. So whatever Guru is supposed to do, which is guiding you, doesn't get done. So maybe you don't listen to your Guru, or maybe you listen to your boss or Guru, but somehow it doesn't work out. You are forced not to listen to. Either you are independent or you are something happens which basically makes you break the guidance given by your boss or your guru, etc. Or some authority basically. You may have some problem with the authority also. Durmanaha, evil minded. Why is he evil minded? Well, evils of the person, the weaknesses of the person are shown by 6th house. So this planet who's supposed to give you mental peace and happiness is in the house of evils, problems, evils, internal enemies, etc. So the person may succumb to internal enemies. So that is the basic thing. Okay. So with that we will end Parashara for today. We will pick up in the next class. Let's remember that we are in the middle of 4th house. We got half happiness. We have to get the remaining half happiness. So remember like that. So let me April 5th. 1973. April 5, 1973. 11:42 p.m. Second. 11:42 p.m. Secunderabad, India. One second. Asha. Okay. What? Oh, I see. Yeah, actually, we'll have like 10 minutes and then I want to leave. One second. Polio. Oh. Polio. at young age. At what age, you know? At 3 years. Okay. One leg gone? Both legs gone. Oh, okay.
He did the graduation. He is now working in AG office. Her father used to work in AG.
What is AG? Accountant General? Okay.
She got job.
Okay. So what is the area we want to focus on now?
No worry, like he got married.
Yeah.
Husband seems to be money oriented, like this kind of this. They have to feed him all the time.
Married and husband is money oriented. Married. Feed him all the time meaning?
They request the money.
Okay, okay. Not feed, okay. Husband money minded.
They wanted to see. He wanted to see how her life would be.
Arre. Okay. See, for polio, for any problem with the bones, there has to be some affection to sun. And in the Trimshamsa, sun is basically with two enemies, Venus and Saturn in Vishwada. What disease is it? I have no idea. A nerve disease? Okay. Okay. I have no idea. But I do see a problem with respect to sun. Sun is with Saturn and Venus in Trimshamsa and he is in Vishwaga. Ninth Lord is in Vishwaga. Right. Okay, anyway. Now Rahu is in Lagna. Rahu is in Lagna. And let's see Navamsa. Navamsa 4 minutes, 10 minutes delay we have. So we'll assume that the time is correct. The time you have given is correct. Do you know when she got married? Okay, that's okay, that's okay. If you knew, we could quickly check. We can quickly check, but otherwise we'll just assume that this is correct. Now, what dasha is applicable in this chart? Nishatri only, right? Is Lagna and Vargotama? No, right? No. Okay, so we'll use Nishatri dasha. Rahu and she got married, okay. Fine. So see, right now she is running Rahu Dasha. How is Rahu Dasha? In general in life, Rahu is in Lagna. Rahu is actually debilitated in Lagna. And he is a good planet. He is not even like 9th Lord or 5th Lord or something. He is the 3rd Lord. He is a malefic. A malefic planet, a natural malefic as well as functional malefic, is affecting Lagna. How close is he to Lagna? Is he away from Lagna? 4 degrees? He is away from Lagna, so that is not, it's not that bad, but still he is affecting Lagna, that will be in a Jupiter sign. So Rahu Dasha is in general not a great Dasha, right? Now if you look at Dashamsha, here he is good. If you look at the career chart, see Mercury is in the 10th house. So accounting job, he said she does accounting, etc., right? So Dashamsha at least, Navamsa we don't know if it's accurate, but Dashamsha is probably fine. Now, in the Dashamsa, Rahu is the 2nd Lord in the 6th house. He also owns A10 and A6. So Rahu Dasha is, as far as career is concerned, a good Dasha. So that is good. But as far as Navamsa is concerned, how is Rahu Dasha? How is Rahu Dasha as far as Navamsa is concerned? For me? 5th house, is 5th house a good house for Rahu to be or not? 5th house has Jupiter for Karaka. So Rahu is actually not so well placed there. 3, 6, 11, these are the houses where he is comfortable. So what does 5th house show? It shows love, it shows the emotions, etc. And in general it shows Purva Punya. So he is actually spoiling that. So this Rahu Dasha is not good. Yeah, 7th Lord Mars. Yeah, so 2nd Lord Mercury. 2 markas along with Lagna, 8th Lord. Yeah. So Navamsa is not strong at all. Navamsa Lagna is not strong. And of course, Lagna Lord Venus is also combust with Venus, with Sun. He is with enemy Sun, so he is also not that strong. So Shani is probably, Shani and Ketu are the 2 planets who are well placed. Shani and Ketu, they are strongly placed. Other planets are not that strong. But forgetting the general indications, the current dasha, how is the current dasha? Again, the current dasha is also not good. The Rahu dasha running right now is not a good dasha. As a matter of fact, she is running Rahu Saturn right now. Compared to Rahu Saturn, actually Rahu Mercury is fine, Rahu Ketu is fine. After that, the next several years may be even worse. See, right now she is running Rahu Saturn. Before that she was running Rahu Jupiter. Jupiter is the, in general Rahu Jupiter is never a good antardasha because they are at loggerheads from each other. But here Jupiter is also 8th Lord in Lagna. So Rahu Jupiter is a very bad antardasha. Rahu Saturn is relatively better, but this is also not a great antardasha. Saturn is Badhaka Lord, and he is Rahu's friend, and he is aspecting Rahu. So Saturn antardasha is also not great, but it is better than Jupiter antardasha. And then Mercury antardasha, there is some hope, because Mercury is the 5th Lord in Lagna. There is some hope of some happiness, some peace. But after that Ketu dasha, yeah. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me that much, because right now is Saturn antardasha running, and Saturn is, like I said, he is a Yokarka in the Saturn is at least well placed in the 3rd house. Only problem is, being a friend of Rahu, if Rahu wants to give bad results, he will have to go with Rahu. But Saturn aspect is, there are 3 planets that are well placed in this chart. Saturn, Mercury, the Ketu. Ketu is 7th Lord in the 11th house. Mercury is 5th Lord in Lagna. Saturn is Yokarka in 3rd house. So 3 are well placed. And the 3 antardashas are coming consecutively from 2006 till 2013. So this period can be relatively okay. But after that again, I am not sure. Once the Venus antardasha comes in Rahu dasha, Venus is, even though he is Lagna Lord, he is with an enemy, he is in A6 and A5, A6 are together. So after that things are not, Sun is not good, Moon is not really great, he is the 3rd Lord in the 6th house. So Mars again, 7th Lord with the 8th Lord in Lagna, not that good. So in general this is not a very happy chart, but until 2012 or 2013 is the relatively better time. Now what exactly is she looking for? What are we, what is our agenda in looking at the chart? Peace of mind? Yeah. Family life. Okay. First of all, who is Darkarka? Darkarka is Rahu. Okay. So Darkarka dasha is running. So Darkarka is Rahu. Now see, bottom line is Rahu dasha is running right now. Rahu is the Darkarka and Rahu is in Lagna. So forget just Navamsa. Let's not make a recommendation just based on Navamsa. Let us look at the Rashi also. And in Rashi, Rahu being in Lagna, can he give a lot of happiness? Not really. So some propitiation is needed for Rahu. Secondly, Upada. Upada, where is it? It's in Pisces. So fasting on Thursday, as we usually recommend, that is a good recommendation. Fasting on Thursday is a good idea. And Rahu is the guy. Rahu is the problem planet. He needs to be propitiated. So how can you propitiate Rahu? Durga. So read something for Durga. Durga Saptashloki or something. Pardon me? Yes. Where is Lagna? Lagna is on the other side. So Lagna is breaking it, but Lagna is not a planet, so it is a weak breaking. So there is Kalam. it means in her 40s, in her early 40s or mid 40s, there will be some changes in life. There will be some important changes in life. Probably at the end of Rahu Dasha when Jupiter Dasha comes in or something. When is Jupiter Dasha coming? Yeah, it is going to come later. Antardasha is over. You are thinking of Antardasha. But let's not worry about Kalamruddasha and all that. Bottom line is, there is Sarpa Yoga in this chart. You have three male fixed, Sun, Rahu and Ketu. Three male fixed in quadrants in the Rashi chart. And one of them, Rahu, is in Lagna itself. And he is a male fixed. So, and the only benefic who is in a Kendra, exalted Venus, happens to be the sixth lord. So that is not good also. So there are natural male fixed, three of them, and a functional male fixed joining them. So in general, this is not a very lucky chart, and especially given that Rahu Dasha is running right now, again that's not very favorable. So some heavy worship of Durga is really needed. What? Pardon me? I really suggest Durga. First of all, Rahu is debilitated, and second of all, even from the Upada angle, from Upada, the second house has Moon. Moon shows a female Devata. Moon aspected by Rahu. So I strongly recommend Durga, not Kartikeya. So Durga will be very good. So Durga worship and fasting on Thursdays. Those two should be done. And as far as career is concerned, I don't really have any concern. The career seems to be okay. She should do well. The Rahu Dasha is good. Jupiter Dasha may cause problems, but that's a long way, so let's not worry about it. Any other things? Okay.
I had only two doubts. Only thing is I suggested Kartikeya, looking at Rahu, like Karpa.
Yeah. When there is Sarpa Yoga, Kartikeya is a good recommendation, definitely. But the thing is, out of the grahas, Mars shows Kartikeya. So the thing is, if Rahu was with Mars or something, then Kartikeya would have been a good recommendation. Now Kartikeya only takes care of Sarpa Yoga, whereas if you do Durga, it takes care of Sarpa Yoga, it takes care of the Navamsa, it takes care of the Karan Dasha, it takes care of Rahu in Lagna, giving mental, there is a lot of Vata in the person basically, lot of vegetation in the mind, unable to think clearly, all these, so many things are there because of that Rahu in Lagna. All those things will be taken care of with Durga worship. So I strongly recommend Durga. Every day spend 1 hour praying some mantra of Durga. If she doesn't know any mantra, just Om Dum Durgaya Namah is enough. Om Dum Durgaya Namah. Just sit down, meditate on that mantra for 1 hour every day. That also is enough.
What about Graha Shanti, Ketu, Rahu,
Yeah.
Saturn?
Saturn is not that bad. I mean, either in the Rashi or in the Navamsa, Rahu Ketu are big problem. I know, but he Okarka in the third house. He is well placed in Navamsa. In Rashi also, he is third lord in the sixth house, giving Viprit Rajoga. Saturn is well placed. Saturn is not a big problem. Her big problem is Rahu and Ketu. And of course, you can also say Sun is a problem because he is taking part in Sarpa Yoga in the Rashi chart and he is afflicting the Lagna Lord in the Navamsa. So Sun is a problem. But main problem is Rahu Ketu. That is her main problem. So if Rahu Shanti and Ketu Shanti are done, which is basically reading the Graha mantras of Rahu, Khayana, Stitra, Abhuva, and then Ketum Kurumanna Ketave. If those are done, if a Havan is done with them, that will be helpful. But the thing is, something done on a long-term basis is always better than something done in 1 day or 2 days or 1 week. Something done every day is definitely better. If somebody like this, for example, can do simple a Rahu Homam every day, you just do 20 minutes, you call Ganesha in the fire, you do just 4 Ahutis to Ganesha, simple Om Gam Ganapate Namah is enough, and then do Kayana Chitra Abhuva. Or even if you don't want to do Veda Mantra, simple the Purana Mantra, Vyasa's Navagraha Stotram is there, right? So in that there is Jagannatha Hora, that one. Niranjana Samatan Samudana Abhakayam Mahavijan Chandraditya Vimuddanam Simhika Garbha Samputam Tamrahum Pranamamyam. Just Swaha, say the sloka Swaha, say the sloka Swaha, keep going, he drops or something. So she can do, or with till for example, she can do simple Rahu, just 108 times, just with that sloka. It will take, and in the beginning a little Purangam, little Uttarangam, Ganapati. It can be done in 15-20 minutes. If that can be done also, that will be very powerful. That can be as powerful as praying to Durga for 2 hours or 3 hours every day. So just a 20-25 minutes homam, havan every day, done either by her or somebody close to her, can be helpful. But the thing is that may or may not be practical for her. So I just recommend Durga Saptashloki or Saptashati or Om Dum Durgaye Namah or anything relating to Durga. Durga Ashtotra for example. There is Durga Ashtotra Nama Stotram which should take 2 minutes to read once. So if she can basically read it like some 27 times or 28 times every day, that can be helpful. So do something, but for Durga, for 1 hour every day. Okay? So all the best to her, but in general it is not a very lucky horoscope. Seventh Lord, what?
Seventh Lord Mars.
Yeah?
Mars is not part of marriage.
Yeah.
The seventh Lord coming to Lagna.
Yeah.
Her husband is more attached.
Yeah. Yes. That is definitely possible. But then there are so many different modifications that can be given based on where he is, who he is, etc. The bottom line is, if you want to see the nature of husband, see the A7. Where is A7? L7. L7 is in Aquarius. So you basically take Aquarius as Lagna to see what kind of husband she has. What is the nature of the husband? So if you see husband Ketu Rahu in the 8th house axis, Lagna Lord Saturn is in the 6th house. So he is basically, Lagna Lord Saturn in the 6th house is very, very good basically. And Lagna is Aquarius Lagna. So he can be selfish. If he wants to get something, he can basically go to any extent to get it. Because Lagna Lord Saturn is in the 6th house of finishing off enemies. So he can be quite stubborn. The 3rd house is Aries. And if you look at 3rd and 6th, the 6th house has Saturn, so he can be very stubborn and very selfish. So there are so many things, you can see all that. But Rahu is in the 8th house. Is her Rahu Dasha good for her husband? Suddenly will her husband have a good life in this Dasha? No. 8th Rahu is not good. There can even be an accident to husband. There are some negative indications. But overall life will not be smooth for husband. He is giving trouble to her, but at the same time, it's not like he is happy. He is a troubled soul as well in this Dasha. That is the unfortunate part. Usually, if somebody is giving you trouble, it's not that they are enjoying giving you trouble. They are also troubled. They give you trouble. They just share the trouble with you. It's unfortunate, but that is how life works. And you are ending up sharing their trouble because there is a runa. It's not happening for no reason. Okay, anyway, on that thought I will end for today. Om Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Shanti Shanti.